Uh, it's hi, Andrew. I'm a 20-year-old male college student who has lived with a lifelong stutter. And it's a very long letter about how painful and difficult a stutter is. He says, I'm a practicing Catholic and I'm currently reading your memoir, The Great Good Thing. As someone who has had a unique and special road to self-discovery and fulfillment, would you offer any advice into what I may be able to do to improve my situation? The stutter has basically isolated him. You know, I had a good friend with a stutter, and it really is painful, and I don't blame you it's a real situation. You really do have to have courage to overcome it and to overcome your shyness. And courage is really the only thing that I can suggest, except for one other thing. You know, John Glenn, the great astronaut and one of the greatest flyers in the history of aviation, he married his childhood sweetheart. I think her name was Annie. And she had a terrible stutter, and she never wanted to leave. And he once famously told the vice president of the United States that he couldn't see her because she didn't want to be on television because she had this terrible stutter. She found a place called the Hollins Communications Research Institute, which didn't eradicate her stutter, but it really helped her with it. And it might be worth checking out what they do and whether you can find it in your locality, because there are treatments for stuttering that do work, and it may be that the people you've seen so far haven't been the right ones. I mean, look, it's painful. I don't know what to tell you except have courage and do what you can do. Do as much as you can do to not be isolated and not be alone because of what is essentially an affliction. But also look into that. Look at what Annie Glenn did, because she had this all her life. And I think she was in her 50s when she went to this place. And this is a very touching story that she called home. She called John Glenn, and he burst into tears because suddenly she wasn't stuttering. She had this really painful stutter. So there is hope, and I hope you'll look it up. And if you find something that works, I hope you'll write back and let me know.